but I just want to know your background a little, like just
Yeah.
the context of Cali for you, so you can have this awareness.
Yeah. So I think I was blessed, super blessed, by being raised in the Bay Area. And we lived in a real big apartment complex. So in our apartment complex, all of my friends were all different nationalities. And we played every day. And that was a blessing because it was a community. So I had, of course, white friends, black friends. Like I said, two of my best friends were Cambodian, Vichai, no, Vichai and Tom. You know, and
That's
there's,
a common
you know,
name. Yeah.
yeah, Virginia, and then their family moved in too. So then we had even more. So then we had, Savannah, David Poe, like all, like these are all my boys,
Yeah.
and I used to go to like Asian New Year parties, like Cambodian New Year's, just like was big out there. And then my other friends were Filipino. So
Yeah.
then I would,
Yeah.
my best friends, Augustine, Angel, like they were Filipino.
Yeah.
So there's I know like you got to know people's culture, Koo.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. When you don't know people's culture,
Yeah.
then you feel disconnected. But
Yeah.
when you know their culture, you're cool. So like my Filipino friends, I'm eating lupias with them
Yeah.
because that's what we eat. Like that's like
Yeah.
it's what we do. Like when I used to go to my Asian friends' houses, I know take your shoes off. If we're eating, we're probably gonna eat like there was like a big carpet in the middle of the living room, and we would eat in the carpet, eat on the floor. Like our day-to-day thing was uh, go swimming, play Monopoly, and and eat like whatever like our friends were cooking. And so I had a lot of Hispanic friends, and I learned the difference of my Mexican friends and my Puerto Rican friends.
Yeah.
And my Puerto Rican friends would get very upset if you called them Mexican because they're like, I'm not Mexican.
Yeah. That's
You
real.
know, so you got to know the difference and appreciate the different cultures because they are different, and I think because of that, like I feel comfortable around different cultures because it's like, okay, I was raised around this, and I see this. So when you're not raised around
Hmm.
people, you fear the unknown, you fear what you don't know.
Hmm.
So what people don't know, they fear. So a lot of people don't have any history with Black people other than what they see on TV.
Yeah.
So somebody like yourself who were like living amongst us, in Columbus,
Yeah.
it's like you got a better idea of Black people,
Yeah.
how we act behind closed doors. People are not all thugs and gangsters,
Yeah.
and all this and that. Now we probably can dance.
Yeah. Yeah. And not and throw hands, like, and not have, like, I think the biggest culture shock for me was everybody, like, you throw hands after, basketball game because it got rough and whatnot, and you just let go of the beef. Like you don't hold on to any grudge. I think that was huge because in the Asian community it's totally opposite. You know what I mean?
Really.
Like, yeah, because like black folks, like at Bible college, there wasn't a lot, but like they'll wrestle or throw hands because just the energy or whatnot, or the aggression, or you know
Yeah.
and then like afterwards they shake on it and they're like boys again. I'm like, what? Like, that was the biggest culture shock, you know what I mean? But
Because it's basketball. It's
yeah.
like, one thing with I think with Black folks is like if you're from the same area, if you live in the same neighborhood, the hood, we
Yeah.
call it the neighborhood, but if you live in the same area, then you're embraced and it's like your family.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're white, Black, Hispanic, whatever else, you're accepted. And the Black culture really accepts um, a lot more than anybody else because
Oh,
we
yeah.
know how it feels to be
Mhm.
rejected. So it's easy for us to say, hey, you're Asian, man, come on, you rolling with us. This is my boy, because you live with us.
Yep.
So it's together. And really cool, all these different cultures, all these different nationalities, a lot of that has to do with tribalism. It's like
Yeah.
the tribe that you belong to. So, you belong to the Hmong tribe. I belong to an African American tribe. African American tribe is different than the African tribe because people from Africa are a little different than us, just like Hmong are different than Japanese, and it's like different cultures, and it's like different tribes, and it's who you feel comfortable around, who you connect with, that's like familiar with you. So you share the same culture, you share, the people. I mean, for the most part, it's like, okay, they look like me, so I resemble them, so there's similarities. But when you open up your tribe to a larger than just nationality, and you say, okay, you're part of my tribe because we're Christian. It's like people groups, like I understand you, like even like people that have like social um like economic statuses,
Yeah.
like rich people and poor people. Like in Kentucky, that was the biggest thing. Like poor black people and poor white people got along well
Yeah.
because they connected on that level, like the economic level, where it's just like you can have a poor white person and a rich white person, they don't get along at all because they don't have that connection. And I think that that's like the biggest thing. It's like people don't have that opportunity to connect with one another. So what they don't know, they fear because they've never been around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, for the most part, America has to get beyond tribalism, beyond it's just us, us for no more. It's like you're bigger than that because you're part of a bigger system. You're part of a country that is multicultural. Like nobody here in this country is a native other than the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we all came here from another country, continent or whatever else. So we should be able to embrace one another, but we're unable to do that because we don't know one another. We don't spend enough time with one another. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, no, I think I can affirm that. I think like going to Bible college, the reason why I went to college days at World Harvest as a chaperone. I didn't even for you I wasn't even planning to go, and I think what sold me on it was I had like over 30 bear hugs before the first chapel. You know how they do it the first chapel night for like, just like college days or whatnot. And I had
Yeah.
and I've never experienced that. And that when we went to, so I can't speak for now, before this, but I felt like before, like when we went to Bible college there, it was predominantly black, you know what I mean? It was a predominantly black crowd, but it was diverse, but there was from quite a few nations too, not just America. And so I think I love the multiracial. To me, it looked like it was predominantly black, but it was so inviting, and I never felt like I wasn't at home, even though I was one of the only few Asians there,
Right.
and so I just want to affirm like the black community is super welcoming because I do know that they can relate to being on the outside of never being in the in circle, right? And I think for me, from my personal Asian experience, being Southeast Asian too, we're on the outskirts too, where it's like I think we're not as I think there's warmth and hospitality. We're just not um uh it's not easy to embrace as we try to like mind our own business, but like we can relate to the black community and that, and just like empathize in that because the black community has always been on the outskirts for the longest time, you know
Right.
what I mean, and never been in the in crowd. But I can affirm for sure that my experience at World Harvest shifted my worldview and perception of like, hey man, like I don't know who these people are. I don't even care what color they are. You know what I mean? But it was just, I was seen, I was heard,
Right.
and people like took the time to get to know me,
Yeah.
and we do a lot of service together over there, like every day. So you were just in the thick of things every day, but you were seen,